What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be wrapping the trunk. What that's going to entail is we have to pull off the wing and of course the emblems to start wrapping the trunk. We're going to do it in like 3 sections. I already went ahead and took out the H badge because it honestly wasn't even on there and it came off with my hands. This badge right here is hanging on, so we're going to take that off, and then this one might need to use some like dental floss or some fishing line just to get it off. But before we start that, it has been raining a lot and I've been driving this car through the rain. The wrap has actually been holding up. The only issue I have is right here. So you guys can probably see I had to make some patches because what happened was, I guess I didn't clean all the way underneath there and it kind of lifted. And the only way to fix it while it was raining was to use some extra vinyl I had laying around and just patch it real quick, but at the same time, it is what it is. I can always rewrap the fender, no issue. And then everything else on the car has been solid. I still need to, redo this gas cap because it's not the best, but I'll probably do that after I do the trunk. I want to do the trunk mainly because this is like a big piece and it's literally just missing the grain. And I was telling you guys that I was gonna get knifeless tape, but Reggie, huge shout out to you, he actually gave me his knifeless tape to use. Of course I have to give it back, but he did hook it up, and this is way more than enough to, well, why is it not focusing? Whoa. Okay, anyways, this is way more than enough to do the trunk and the grill and a couple pieces I want to redo using this. And I'll show you guys how to use this. This is probably like one of the best things. I wish I bought this when I wrapped the car, but I didn't. And huge shout out to you, Reggie. And also, huge shout out to Clint for letting me borrow this eraser wheel. He's literally my neighbor with the white T6. I actually needed to make a video of his car. He recently just put the spoon bumper on his car and this thing looks so good. So we'll probably bring both cars out and shoot. I don't know, whenever that day comes. Should be sometime this weekend, hopefully, if it's not raining. But huge shout out to you for the eraser wheel. If you guys don't know what this thing does, is if you have adhesive, you just literally, instead of like using Goo Gone or Rapid Remover for stickers and stuff, just use this and it'll literally erase off all of that adhesive. I'll show you guys when I do, for example, like this and that. The best thing you want to own, especially if you're doing a lot of wraps or just removing stuff in general that has a lot of adhesive. This one that he has is a 3M. I actually have a 3M one at my home in San Diego, but you can actually buy these, like some other generic ones, for like 10 bucks on Amazon. But I'm not too sure how good they work versus the 3M. I mean, I assume they all work the same. Now, let's get to wrapping this trunk by pulling off the wing first. And put it in a safe spot. Normally, when you take off like emblems and stuff, you're left with this and this. And then after using the eraser wheel, look like that. It will leave, of course, you know, some like marks of emblem being there, which you could polish out. So what I'm gonna do, use this cheap drill and literally just work it all the way in, and all this will come out. And I'll show you guys what it looks like after I run this eraser wheel right through the adhesive. This is what you're left with after running the wheel. This literally took me like a minute. And you just do this, voila. And then if you don't plan on running emblem, you just polish it out. But I still have some adhesive like right here, so I'm gonna just go through and make sure I get that out. And then we're gonna do that, and then the trunk should be ready to wrap. I still need to pull off my license plate also before wrapping because we need to do this portion. And my goal right now for wrapping this trunk is I'm gonna wrap this as one layer. This center section is gonna be one layer. And then this is gonna be another layer. This is gonna be one single layer. And then I think we should be good. Oh, and then underneath here, the, license plate lights? I'll do that another layer. It just, trying to do this with one piece is not gonna go like so well for me. So I think sectioning it off with the knifeless tape will help a lot. I'm mainly gonna be using the knifeless tape just for this, and not any of this. All this down here, I'll just trim with the blade. And sadly, I actually lost my razor blade, so I need to go buy a new one. And once that new one comes in, I'm gonna redo the gas lid and a couple other pieces since I need a very like sharp and small blade. I'm gonna just erase that off real quick with that wheel. And this is the cheapest drill I've ever owned. I bought this from Walmart when I first moved up there. This is like 15 bucks, and this thing is so slow, but it works really well removing this. Super quick too, surprisingly. Walmart brand. Trunk is now ready to lay vinyl. If you guys didn't know, this is actually a Cordura trunk, so this is a JDM trunk. So my license plate holes, they don't line up because on the Japanese trunks, these are wider for their plates. And I think I explained before that my plates didn't fit, so I actually had to make a custom bracket. This is out of aluminum thin stock thingy, whatever it's called right there. And I actually just cut it, drilled 4 holes, and then I just use it to hold my plates. This is like a last minute resort. Like I had to get this to work because I couldn't just order a plate frame, and when I put the trunk on, I totally forgot about that. Never bothered buying a JDM to USDM plate conversion adapter. I just ended up using that one. It is a pain in the ass to take off, but it works. This right here is called knifeless tape. Now to explain how this works is there's a thin little like line or like cutting like sticker there. Here, let me peel it up. I think you guys can see it. See that little thin line in there? That's what you're gonna peel up to cut the vinyl. And you want to make sure when you lay this on, you lay it over to where you can pull off this vinyl, but also with the, what's it called? Just so you can pull off that line or that little thing that's in here, pull it and you can pull it right across. And make sure you have extra slack on this side also. And yeah, this trunk got dented because of the wing, unfortunately. But let's get to laying this down. And yes, I know this trunk is dented, but I just don't want to go buy a new trunk right now. And this trunk works, you know, there's some dents on it. We can always wrap the new trunk when it comes in. So I'm gonna lay down this knifeless tape and then get started. This is pretty much like laying, I guess, pinstripe down, if I say that. This is really thin, but this is like one of those best things to have when you're wrapping a car. Oops. I know there's other companies that make knifeless tape, but I think you should always stick with the best brand you know, which to me is gonna be 3M. Alright, just have it running right across all the way here. So once we lay the vinyl on, we can have it pretty much like hang over, and then literally just cut this with a little razor blade, pull it up and just pull that string, and it will cut that thing perfectly. I don't think I have any wrap that's in here that's the size of the trunk. This one is very close. If I don't, doesn't matter. Ooh, if this one was slightly longer and taller. That's okay. We'll go ahead and cut some off of this roll, and then we'll use that. All this wrap that's over here though, I know for a fact I have some that I can use for the bottom of this trunk, so like down here and probably this too, just not this top section. So, alright, let's make sure it's all there, good. Okay, time to lay some vinyl down. This is gonna be really easy. This is all flat, I just have to stretch and pull it down, and then we're gonna use this knifeless tape to cut the vinyl without having to like use a razor blade or anything. Let's see how fast I can do this. I just realized that I didn't change this enough and it actually scratched the vinyl. You can kind of see. Kind of bummed out, but it's alright. So now we're gonna do the knifeless tape. We are just gonna try to get this little wire out. So after using a small X-Acto knife or any type of blade, oh, there you guys go. You wanna do it like this and make sure it actually like split in between the channel, and you're just gonna pull it right across, and it should cut the vinyl. I'll be honest, this is not working the way I want it to work. I've used this before, but it's not doing anything. This little rope right here. Now we're just gonna pull it right across. Oh, come on, camera. Anyways, this is what you do. Bam. Now, grab the vinyl. Just like that. And you want to make sure when you grab this to remove, like that. Pull it off. And then you're going to see two pieces come apart because that little blade or whatever cut the vinyl. And then when you do this, you have to make sure that you go back over the spot where you pulled up the knifeless tape and pretty much push it back down with some heat because it does lift it back up a little bit in some spots. So that's just a heads up. And now we're just gonna, I already trimmed this side, so I'm gonna trim that side, trim that, and then the top of the trunk should be golden and good. And then after that, we're actually gonna reapply the knifeless tape up top. So when we do this section, we're gonna do the same thing and it'll cut out perfectly for this. Minus the tail light, we have to trim around the tail light and all that. Dude, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I think that's a Sheepy-Built R8. I think I saw it last time coming in. He literally is next door. But anyways, so I did this portion of the trunk. I'll put the knifeless tape, bam, and then I decided to put the H badge on just for fun, just to see, and also just to poke the holes. Now we gotta do this. This might be a little bit more crazier just because of like how the shape is. We're gonna do one piece here. We're gonna cut this out, and then yeah, and I still have to do under here, but that's gonna be easy. Just lay a piece up there and then just trim it out. I'm standing on my trunk, but this is by far the cleanest I've ever laid a wrap on, as in like right off the bat. Like I just move these in by hand, and then this, same thing. And now all I have to do is heat this up to get rid of all this, and then slowly work my way in. But I actually laid this on pretty damn smooth. Like, why couldn't that happen on every other panel? Just to make this a little bit easier too, I think I'm gonna do some like relief cuts in here. Cut this but below the taillight, and then so I can push all the air out. Cool. Wow, what are the odds of me even doing that? And just like that, the trunk is wrapped. I put my license plate on because that takes forever. But this is one piece, one whole piece, and then one piece underneath here. Now I need to redo the adhesive on the cord badge, and then wherever your OR badge is. I'm not sure if I want to put this back on, but I mean, honestly, I might as well. I need to figure out what. I think I might just buy new emblems because putting adhesive on this is gonna be a pain in the ass. It's super thin. And then what I'm gonna do is pop these holes in, put the wing back on, and we'll be golden. Now the car is completely wrapped, kind of ish. Oh, I need to pull this back off and add some adhesive on this. I don't mind putting double side tape on this because it's a little bit thicker versus like this thin line or these super thin emblems. But I'm so glad I got this done. Now the car isn't, well, it's technically all one color now. I still need to do the roof. I'll leave the trunk, but the roof I'll probably do maybe this weekend. The roof should be pretty easy because it's all flat. Just like this. And yeah, look at that, it's all green now. So nice. Bam, the car's back in, I guess, one piece. And the car is all green. Super happy about that. Like I said, I still need to do the roof. We will be doing the mirrors. We'll try doing it tomorrow because we have the knifeless tape. And then yeah, we gotta figure out what curves to do. So this is gonna be one. This is gonna be one. It's gonna be a lot of buying on that one, like patches wise, but super happy. All right, and I'm just gonna end today's video just like that. I don't know what else to film, but if I do film the mirrors, I might just include it in this video. I'm not too sure, but if that's it, well, that's it. So don't let's just keep building and stay tuned for what we've got next. I honestly might split this lip because this is still all one piece. I'm just making two pieces, just like the front lip, but only time will tell.